everybody, and welcome back to another Diet 5. If you have never been to this channel before, hello and welcome. I'm Diane. This is my boyfriend, Joe.
Hi.
And today I am going to be cutting this barnet. Can you say barnet?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's a proper word?
There's a place called Barnet.
Is there?
Yeah.
I am going to be cutting this barnet. So for you guys at home who are struggling and needing to do a home haircut, this is a little guide for you guys. It's a simple haircut and I'm going to teach you the ways of doing it. So first thing is first, I'm going to gown up my client, who is, in this case, Joseph. So, we've gowned him up. I'm gonna give Joe's hair a little spray down. We're spraying it down with some water, because you want the hair to be quite damp when you're cutting it. Hopefully your client won't wriggle around like mine has just done. Joe, which side do you part this to?
During lockdown, I'm gonna have it over this side.
Over that side, okay. Find out which way your client parts their hair. So, in this instant, Joe parts his hair on this side.
I like having, see that parting line?
Yes.
I love having that.
You like that
visible,
quite,
yeah, like
quite
neat
visible.
and
okay.
like, yeah, like Beckham.
Okay, easy. So we have, if you would like to just maybe turn around this way a little bit, Joe, we have established his part line. So we want to just get all that out of the way. Comb everything down, turn your head this way. We kind of want to do the same on this side, even though he parts his hair the other way. Get rid of this, pin it up. We're not going to be cutting that just yet. So that's out the way, making you sleepy.
It makes me really sleepy when people cut my hair.
Really?
Yeah, fun fact.
Anyway, we're up to our first step. We've got a set of clippers here. Wow, you can really dance. This is a number 4. Now, to check how much you're gonna cut, pop the clipper head into the hair first and see how much hair comes through. And that is how much hair will be cut off. Now, that's not doing too much. So we're gonna go with a number 3 first.
What?
We're gonna start off with the number 3 and take it all the way up. And then we're gonna go in again even shorter, and I'm gonna go with a number 2 at the bottom. So first of all, I'm gonna do a number 3 all over, and I'm gonna take it up to quite high, but I'll show you the little technique that I'm gonna do when you get up to the top section. Okay, so now we're going in for the number 3. You wanna start from the bottom, and as you get up to the top, you do like a little curve so that this gradually gets longer, okay? So you start close to the head and curve it up. Again, same thing, start close to the head and start to curve it up as you get higher up.
So you sort of like arch it away from the head.
Exactly. So you're doing a little arch. If you turn your head there, up and arch out.
Oh my God, you're taking a lot off.
It's because you haven't had a haircut in a while. You're just doing exactly the same thing on the back. So we go up and start to edge out there. And you do that around the whole head. Gosh, Joe, your hair is so long.
I was growing it long.
Not anymore.
I was growing my hair long until Diane said, oh, I need to do a video where I show people how to cut hair. I was like, oh, great, cool. So there goes my long locks then.
There goes your long locks. All right, guys, so basically, we've done that part already. So you've got your number 3 all the way just over the top of the temple. So you want to keep that even there. So both sides, you've gone up and graduated it out.
Nice.
Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my number 2, just on these sides, we want to really take that even shorter still. So with your number 2, we're going to go near the edges and do a very similar thing that you just did, but we're not taking it up as high. You kind of only want to take it to about, if you turn your head, Joe, to about there, and we're going like that. And you want to do that all the way around the head.
I feel like there's some grey hairs in here.
I feel like you may have some greys too, Joe.
The amount of stress I've been going through recently.
Oh, why are you going through stress?
It looks like being stuck in lockdown with you.
With me?
No, I'm joking. That's why everyone says, people that say I have blonde hair, it's like, what? No, because it's like a mousy brown kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Ash.
It is, yeah. Okay, so there you go. You've now gone number 2 on the very, very sides.
I have like a bold patch behind one of my ears.
Yeah, you do have a little bold patch. Now, what you want to do is take the attachment off altogether, so you just have the blade. Now, go around the ear and just give your client a nice little shaping and take away all those little excess hairs if you
Neck
just turn it around. So as you can see, Joe's got all the little excess hairs around his neck.
Werewolf hair, wolf hair.
So you want to give that nice shape coming down this way and across. And that honestly makes such a difference to a haircut. It just makes it look so tidy. You can't have a haircut and not clean up around the edges. Very, very important. We're also going to be doing a little bit of color in Joe's hair today as well. So there we go, we've cleaned up the back of Joe's neck. He's got a very, very long neck actually, so.
Do you do armpits as well?
No, we do not do armpits, sorry
fair
about that. Now, as you can see, we have the hair that kind of stops here. There's a bit of a line that stops here and here. So we want to blend that in. Still want to keep this top hair out of the way. Now we're going to do a little bit of blending with our scissors and our comb. Now, this little technique is called scissor over comb. So if you comb it down and you want to pop your comb in and graduate it like you did with your clippers, how you were doing this motion, up and pulling out, you're going to do exactly the same thing with your comb. So pretend that your comb is the clippers in this case. You want to get rid of the excess to create a nice flat surface. Another technique is by grabbing the hair and cutting it on an angle. So some people prefer to do that. So to grab a little section, it's harder to do with short hair, and you've got that section and then you cut down so it's coming down on an angle, because you always want the hair to come out like that way. And you continue that all the way around the head so it blends in.
You're doing a good job. I'm very impressed.
Are you just saying that for the video? I forgot to mention, guys, I am actually a qualified hairdresser. Before I started professionally dancing, I was a hairdresser for like 6 years and I absolutely loved it.
You like mullets in Australia? Mullet please?
You know, I've never cut a mullet. I kind of refused to.
I would have loved to have grown a mullet during lockdown. You make sure that this line is straight. Look, it's wonky.
Yeah, I haven't got to that bit yet. Okay. He's one of those clients, guys. He's
no, actually, I'm one of the clients that I wouldn't say anything until they show me at the end and it goes, "Is that right?" And I just go, "Yeah." But even if it's awful, I'll be like, "Yeah, that's cool." Great.
Yeah, I could imagine.
You're quite like heavy-handed though.
I'm quite fast.
You're quite rough.
When I was in a salon, I used to have to do in 1 hour 4 men's haircuts. So I've now done my scissor over comb to blend in that section where we stopped the clippers. Now we want to take out this top section. We're going to give it another little spray down. You stop moving.
I'm not moving.
And maybe slouch a little bit more so I can, that's it. Now can you pop your head down? Now what you want to do is you want to start from the back section here and take one little section across. Today we're going to take about that much off. So cut across that line, and I always like to cut like this way rather than dead straight across. I think it makes the hair sit a lot nicer. Take your neck section, and then your first cut is now a guide. So if you turn your head this way, you can see that my first little part that I cut was here. So we're going to take off this section here. Again, I'm going to cut it down like that. We go forward, take another section, and you just keep on going down the center until you get to the front, cutting off the excess so that then by the end of it, you end up with a straight line coming forward. Now you just want to blend those edges in. So you want to go back to that back part and find your guideline and take off the excess. So you're always just looking for the last part that you cut, and that is going to always be your guide. Down the head, find that guide. As you can see, the part I cut is here and there's the excess. So you want to cut that excess off, and again, you find your guide. There's my end and there's the excess cut.
Follow the guide.
Follow the guide, always following the guide. And you always pull out to the same part as the head. So say it's here, I'm going to pull this way. Say it's here, I'm going to pull that way. If it's here, I'm going to pull that way. So you're always pulling out where the head is. Okay, so we're going to do the same on this side. There's my guide. Snip it off. Ooh.
What was that noise?
I just dropped the comb.
Oh.
Another one. There's my guide. You snip the little corner off. Taking it all the way down. There's my guide. Snipping that corner off. Because Joe likes to wear his hair either on this side or that side, as you can see when we comb it over this way, he's got like quite a long straight line. So I'm just going to get those little ends and snip it again. Find your last piece that you cut and follow that guide, and again find the last piece, follow the guide. So we've done that side.
Whoa, you've taken a lot off there, Dot.
No, it'll be fine.
Oh my word.
And now we're gonna flip it over, because in case Joe wants to wear it on this side, we're gonna do the exact same on this side, but just trim the very edges off. Now we've given that top section good trim.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
I feel free.
Another thing is that guys' hair tends to get quite thick on top. So I just literally grab sections like so, and then you want to use the tip of your scissors and kind of do this little motion. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, ever so slightly. And when you comb, you're going to see that you're only taking out bulk. You're not actually cutting too much away. And this is like my favorite technique to do. See, when I do that, I'm only taking away bulk. And then that's gonna help when they wanna stick their hair up. Gives it that bit more beachy look. The shorter bits make the other bits stick up, which causes your hair to look more full. As you can see, I haven't even put anything in there, but because I've done that fitting, it makes the hair stick up more. Okay guys, so once you're at the end, don't be afraid to then go and cross-check your work. So when I say cross-check, I just bring up sections all over the place, and you can see if you've missed any little parts out. Once you have cross-checked, and that's all looking pretty good to me.
Yeah. No, I like it. It looks good.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I really like
that?
it. Yeah.
Nice.
It's neat.
It is neat. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is add a little bit of color to Joe's hair, because Joe has gotten quite tanned over these last few weeks, and he wants to look like a real surfer dude, don't you, Joe?
I do indeed.
We're just gonna put a few highlights in the hair. What you'll need for that is a little bit of powder lightener. This is the blue powder lightener. A little bit of hydrogen peroxide. This is a 30 vol. For Joe's hair, I could really even use 10 vol, but I don't have any, so I'm gonna use 30 vol, but it's fine.
It means you're really blonde.
It just means that it's a higher percentage of peroxide, so yeah, we'll go quite blonde. I've got some highlighting foil, a color brush, and a color bowl. One part your powder and one part your hydrogen peroxide. Now normally I would use a tail comb. Don't have one, so I'm just gonna use another brush because I need the very pointy end. And what I wanna do is I'm just gonna do a few little highlights. I'm gonna take it down this front section, but I'm only gonna do the tips. I'm not gonna go from the roots because I want it to look quite natural look. I'm going to take
Would it not look more natural to come from the roots, no?
No, not really. Because this looks like sun bleached hair. Like the sun's just hit it. Because when the sun hits your hair, it doesn't come from the root. When the sun hits your hair, you kind of get this little bit of a tip, like your tips get lighter.
Yeah.
So it looks quite natural.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it in little sections. So what you want to do is weave the hair in and out with this little tip. So then it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 parts there. Joe's gonna be my apprentice and pass me up my foil. And your foil should have a little fold on it like so. You pop your tail comb underneath the fold and you pop the hair over the top of the foil.
Oh wow.
Then you grab your color, and I'm only gonna start halfway down and paint it on like so.
Oh my word.
Then what you wanna do is fold it over once. Give it a little fold on one side and a little fold on the other, and that's it. Then you go on to your next section, and we take, this can be quite random as well where I'm doing it because I don't want it to look too structured. Then I've weaved it, got my foil, put it underneath the comb, put the hair on top, and then we're just gonna take it on to the end. Just continuing this on to however many you feel like you wanna have, but make sure it's quite sort of evenly spread. You don't wanna have the color just in one section. So we've got 3 there. I'm gonna do another couple in here because we don't want it too blonde either, where it's like looks
fake
on the very tips, and just blend it up ever so slightly. One more in here, guys. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming along that way, which is the way he parts his hair. So now we have this part that has nothing in there. So I'm gonna go across there and do like maybe 2 in there, just so that there's a bit of color in that section. And you're doing the exact same thing, taking little weaved sections. And the amount of processing for this as well is usually about 25 minutes to half an hour. But I always say just check the hair. Always check. And do a patch test first to see if you don't get a reaction. What?
What's a patch test?
Patch test. Okay, patch test is when you mix up a little bit of the color and you pop a little bit behind your ear for 24 hours. And if you don't have a reaction to it, then you're pretty much fine to go and use the color on your head. If you do have a reaction, then you know that you shouldn't be using that on your head. Yes, Joe?
Do you put it on your behind your ear in terms of on the skin or on your hair?
On the skin. So there we go, guys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down here, and then just 2 coming down there. And because we're parting it over that side, this color will be in there, and then you have a few in there as well. So we're gonna let that process. All right, ta-da! It's all been washed out.
Actually very happy with it.
And see, we've got some little blonde bits, but it just looks like it's kind of been sun-kissed because we haven't put too many in and we've only put them in at the very tip. So we're gonna give that a little dry and a little style up. You are looking very cute. Out of all products you can get, like waxes, all that kind of stuff, I personally like a good old bit of hairspray.
Yeah, hairspray and
I think hairspray for guys' hair works so well.
But not too much, it makes it crispy.
Joe is better at doing his own hair than I am, to be honest. So do you want to run your fingers through there and mix that to the way you like it? There we go, see, it's all messed up already. I always find with guys, they do like their own way of doing their hair.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay. Give that a little spray. Nice, Joe. That little finger touch you had there.
Hmm?
That little finger touch.
What do you mean?
So, there we have it. Joe, look at that color too. That looks amazing. Looks very natural. We come around the side. Look at me, Joe. Oh, that is some big wave you've got going on there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a big old wave.
I like a big wave like that.
You do like a big wave, don't you?
I like a big wave.
Are you
Thanks,
happy with it?
Yeah, I love it. How much will I owe you?
I'll think about that one.
It's like you owe me making the thumbnail.
Exactly. Right, guys, so there you have it. A short back and sides. We've added a little bit of colour in there. A little makeover whilst in isolation because he can't get to his normal hairdresser, so he's had to opt for me. But hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, write it in the comment section and I'll try and get back to you guys. Thanks very much for joining. See you all very soon. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.